how I plan on sharing certain links to code snippets with you all. We wish everyone would follow along, but in case you get lost, just refer to these lists, and they should get you started with all the code you need. So, quick survey. How many people know Python? Raise your hand. Okay, so about a quarter of you. And how many people have worked with the library Flask? Okay, one person. You might be bored, but everyone else, I hope, hopefully this will be interesting.
How many people have worked with it?
Yay, okay, cool. How many people were here for Chris's talk right before? Something Chris taught some basic usage of command line, that might come in handy. How many people use Visual Studio Code that have heard of Visual Studio Code? Yes! Okay. Can we close the board? Oh yes, by the way, I'm Ish. Hi, I will be doing this workshop. And
This is awesome.
Yeah, so this was designed to be a very interactive workshop. I hope everyone could follow along. I'm going to be the one typing. These two will be helping you all just sparingly shortly after. What's up?
Does Flask work with both Python and Helium?
Yes, good question. Yes, it does.
So you have to install it?
Yes. So for installation instructions, just for clarity's sake, everyone should install Python 3, just so everything looks the same. But if you have Python 2, I think everything I write will work, but I don't guarantee it. I think it works. But we can still help. But yeah, what's up? Sorry. The Slack channel is called Flask-Workshop.
And so you download Python 3.7?
The instruction guide says 3.6, but either is fine.
Okay.
So let's install Python Flask first with the installation guide. Will help around. Yeah, this room is kind of packed. That area is kind of dangerous because there's a wire.
There are live streams on.
Oh, the live stream is online, by the way, so you can just go check it out on YouTube. Yeah, we'll post the live stream links like right now.
Okay.
Or you can go visit the Cap one over there. Does it have room? It seems pretty filled as well.
Oh, wait. No. What are you supposed to do?
Can we close the door?
No.
So,
You download Python as a link.
for everyone who just signed in,
It should have its
please join Flask-Workshop, the Slack channel, and go to that Google Doc. In that Google Doc, there will be an installation instruction on installing Python on Flask.
If you have
And we'll start the real workshop once everyone has those things
Okay, I have
ready.
Visual Studio.
I'm not sure how it's.
Hey, can you help me?
Yes, of course.
Thanks. Okay, so I downloaded
Need help,
this,
raise your hand.
and this app. Which one do I select?
Okay. So this is a Mac, right?
Yeah. You know about that?
So let's open up Visual Studio Code. I think you should be set.
Okay.
Let's sorry. So let's open up a new
Or is it like-
workspace.
I don't really know.
Yeah.
If you want to stay with everyone, just install it.
Like new file?
New file. Yeah, new file.
Okay.
And then let's bring up the terminal.
Oh.
And then let's try to type git install. So yeah, so let's go to install. Can you go scroll all the way down? So it seems like these are all for Windows. You don't have to worry about install. Python should be doing install, so all you have to do is install Flask. So you should type pip install.
Oh, but I should go to terminal.
Yes, pip install.
That's not an idea. This is
So pip install Flask.
Those are working.
Oh, pip command.
Oh, wait, hold on. Python.
With
Okay,
Okay, so I can have my phone.
acceptance. Oh, like the actual control. Type easy underscore install. Yes. Install.
Oh, he's gonna. I'm so sorry.
Sorry. Easy install space. Easy install space. Wait, awesome. Easy install. How do you install pip?
We're using pip3 this time. So pip3 should be pip3.
Oh, hit pip3.
Easy install.
No. Just hit pip3. No, like one word, pip3. Mm-hmm. Oh, it works. Python 3? Yeah. Alright. Control D.
Oh, wait. Ah, I'm so sorry.
It's alright.
Okay.
Okay, so just hit 3, install Flask, and then
Okay, so now hit 3. Wait, like that?
yes, space, install, space, Flask. 0.
Yay!
Alright. You're using Python? Yeah. What's up?
Now it's gonna be your arms next.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna merge it.
Okay.
Look at that. You see my name just now? I have a question.
Yeah.
So I just realized that I had Python 2.7. I'm gonna uninstall it. You should be fine. What are you?
Yeah.
No, not pip3 is installed. So just type
He's
pip3.
merging in instructions. We had the wrong branch up. Let's see. It should be fine. Yeah, you should be fine. It's on Mac, you can see just keep following around.
Wait, so my is uninstalled. Oh, yeah. Because I typed in Python and it just automatically showed up 2.7.
Right. So if you try like Python 3.
Actually, that's decent.
You can if you want. Yeah, it's fine if it's Python 3. That's how we're running a workshop.
First of all, you haven't done this research.
Need help?
Don't do it. It's good to have it.
So Distro has a terminal, right?
Is this the Python? Oh,
No, this is yeah.
But it's like connected to it.
But it's
Might be,
different.
might be the patch.
Oh yeah, because I set the patch.
Like,
There you go.
I forgot I set the patch. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Because you have the patch.
Hey folks, the installation guide has just been updated. We realized we forgot to push. So if you all could refresh the page, that would be great. Thank you. The address for the Google Doc is in this channel on Slack.
So use it live. Oh, use it for
Personal.
yeah, I was the person who just
he's doing called over in 30 seconds. Right after it's over. Is it working?
All right, can I get a thumbs up that everyone who has installed everything?
Thumbs up, you're good.
And then Austin and Nick won't help you. You're not.
You're not good.
All right. Well, it seems that, can I get a thumbs up again? Just raise them high so I can see it. Yeah,
Any help?
yeah, you can put that.
Video basic. Wait, did this
I'm not looking at a Python project. If I wanted to add a Python project, it's really easy. So
But you beat
it's Python stuff.
I feel like especially when you're gonna have a
It's the
job.
most popular developed tool by developers. Don't get regular names to it.
Wait, so you're in 1/6 Jody, like, yeah, if you drink coffee, she just doesn't drink it and she's like,
I don't even choose this.
no, they're so good. I don't get to all like the sweetest.
I don't even drink sodas and like I never
And she ate 3 in the time span of like 2 minutes.
I just like
Which is like a cup and a half of straight espresso. And I still, that was only 1 shot. Especially her tolerance is like fat to the ground.
It's tiny.
Excuse me.
I don't know how it works. I was noticing this recommendation too.
It's up to you. I'm not going to be using it, but it might help. I don't know. What's up? Okay. So, I'm going to be installed.
I know, it doesn't take
Yeah, you look at the installation.
and there's one
Issue. There you are. Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, yeah, my right.
could execute Python.
Add Python to the environment.
Wait,
I deleted it, sorry. I'm actually curious if I can add a folder. It's not hard.
No.
I can add folders. I can just add a folder. Fine. Yeah. 2.
Not tiny.
Exactly. What do you call it?
Yeah.
No, it's after if. Right?
No, wait, hold on. I don't remember the syntax. I'm gonna be honest.
You do. Oh no, you don't.
I don't know. Dude, my thing tells me. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So
It did expect it. Oh yeah, because that has to be there.
Yes, if you're not like, if you don't put it all in one place.
And you're gonna have to follow the
it needs to read.
To receive your message.
There. And then set up install.
It's gonna end up like not working.
Can I get a thumbs up again for everyone who's ready to move on? Well, okay. Seems like most people are ready. Austin and Nick will be helping the rest. So let's write some code. So Flask is a Python web server. Let me make this bigger. So let's create a new file. Let's save this file as a server.py somewhere. Remember where you saved it though. We're going to run it later.
Wait, who has Visual Studio Code installed?
Oh,
We need to do that.
yeah, everyone else. Can you install Visual Studio Code? Google Visual Studio Code. VISUAL STUDIOCODE. This thing. And to install it, it should download the installer and then we can install that.
Wait, which one?
When did they create a URL?
Yeah, has two. If 2 is greater than 1 is greater than 2. Oh, this is like weird.
See, this is from Pro Hack.
Everyone good? Anybody need help?
So thumbs up for Visual Studio Code.
Or we literally
Okay, cool. So everyone, with Visual Studio Code installed, Visual Studio Code is a text editor. It's basically what we use. It's one of the many tools we can use to code. I like it because it's simple and it's cross-platform. It works on any operating system. So let's write some Python. So to start, let's save this file as a server.py in a folder of your choice. The .py stands for Python. So this tells the operating system that you're writing a Python file. And Control S to save.
Okay.
Or Command S on that. That's what I did.
And so then server.
Server.py. And after we save this as a server.py, we're going to have to import Flask. So we don't want to import all of Flask. We want to import. Flask is a very big library that has many facets of web development that we don't really care about right now. But what we do care about is this object. So we type from Flask, import Flask. We know that the second Flask has a capital F. This is a Flask object that we are going to create a Flask application. Visual Studio Code will try to correct you, ignore it. This is red. So then we're going to define the Flask application by creating a variable called app, and app is equal to uppercase Flask double underscores. This is important. There are two underscores here, name underscore underscore. If you type that correctly, Visual Studio Code should highlight it in light blue on my screen. It should highlight it some way. What this does is that it creates a Flask application for your script. And after this, we're going to write a main function. For those of you familiar with languages like Java, this is the function that gets run when we run the script. Python is a scripting language, so everything that's not in a function gets run. So the main method is defined as if double underscore name double underscore double equals quotation mark double underscore main double underscore. It's very weird and feels kind of clunky, but this is how Python defines its main function.
It's like if you're not running in a function, then they will say name.
So we do app.run, which starts a web server. We'll give it a host with a 0.0.0.0. The 40 is a special address that it doesn't matter. Your computer pretends to talk to itself. And port is equal to 8000. Debug is equal to true. So there's no bugs. And after we type it all, let's hit Control S or Command S to save. And the nice thing about Visual Studio Code is that it's both a text editor and you can launch a terminal within the same view. So to launch a terminal, go to on top, go to View, and then there's a terminal. So hit Terminal, and then you see a terminal. You see the terminal of your operating system, so it might not exactly look like this. It probably won't look like this, but you should get some sort of command line utility. So give a thumbs up when we get the terminal.
We need help.
If you need help, Austin's right there. All right, cool. For everyone who's here, now we're going to launch our web server. And actually, before we do that, this web server does nothing right now, right? We just define a web server and we tell it to run. For a web server to do something, it has to define path for which to visit. Paths are defined by these slashes, right? So we can have slash and an argument. But then the most basic one is just slash, which is what happens when you just hit a website. So type &app.route, quotation mark slash, dev root. Yeah, I'm not going to say everything I type out, just follow what I type. And after we type everything, let's save, and let's run the following command in the terminal. Python3 server.py. And we should see this. Can everyone see this, by the way? Do I want to try to increase this one more?
Yes. Let's just say it here.
What are you doing? I got a command on it down. I type Python3 server.py.
Are you on Windows?
Yes.
Then type Python 3. If you get a command not found for Python 3, drop the 3. Just type Python. That should work.
No such file
This line, Python3 server.py.
If Python 3 doesn't work, just do Python server.py.
Thought I did when I went through the Windows command.
When you type Python into the normal Windows,
Yes. Yes.
but it doesn't show in this.
So when I type Python here,
So it's like okay, but
it works.
Oh,
Okay, what?
now that we run this command to finish the punchline, after we run this command, we see that it spit out a bunch of nonsense, but the most important thing is this line, running on HTTP 0.0.0.0:8000. This is a link that you can control click to follow. So if we control click that link, we go to our web browser, and so we have the site that we try to display. So let's get to Hello World on our web browser first, and we'll be there to help.
Okay, there. So that's okay, here we go. That's it. So what happens is you wrote your app after you actually use it. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, big.
You put in PS O2 over here. Okay. Actually,
Okay, so we're going to talk about command line for like 2 seconds. Alright? So you go over here, you go to terminal, you're like, hey terminal, right? You have this prompt. Okay, now if you want to list all the files into where you already set, you type ls. And if you don't see like server.py, you're in the wrong location. So like let's say it's in let's say there's this folder test1, right? So if you save your server.py inside of test1, you type cd test1, and you press enter. And cd stands for change directory. Okay? So now if like let's say we have okay, let's say we created the server.py here. If you type ls, then you see server.py, which is inside of the folder test1, right? And then finally you can do like Python 2 or 3 is for Mac, Python 3 server.py, and it should run. Okay. Oh, if you want to go like up a level in the directory, just type cd ... and we'll go back to where you were before.
And then I've been running the website.
do localhost colon 8000 instead of 000. Okay, localhost. All right, hold on. Okay, so source gets right. Wow.
If it's $1,
You did pick 3 this time, is that a problem?
no. Okay. I think it's $3. I just hit $1. Logic.
So let's just make it CD.
If you don't have
Yes.
No, it's a server. We made a fucking server.
Oh, you're right.
How come it's just localhost?
Mine's, I don't know. I
Anything up dashboard. You're in.
Mine's the same as yours.
Are you on 3,000? 8,000? Localhost what? 8,000?
You don't need to.
Now you can see.
Yeah, I know.
Honestly, I could recommend this one.
You're in the folder.
Just start watching.
There you go.
Just to give us a drink.
This is fine.
What is CD dot dot?
CD
No, dot dot.
yeah, turn back to the one before.
It goes back up.
Yeah,
Goes
so
up.
change directory is going
Oh, there was.
CD dot dot. So if you change your directory.
I got it. In my
Okay,
mind,
so
that's
some of you might be trying to go to the URL, but actually, for most people, instead of using the 0, you can't actually write that. You have to type localhost. Localhost.
Wait, does that mean we should be on the code as well?
No.
Yes.
So, like, you know how it says 000:8000? Instead of that, just do localhost 8000.
Oh, yes.
Wait, why am I running?
Kind of ran.
My brain is humongous.
That makes sense.
This guy telling me not to. Like, man, hey, I'm a teacher.
Yeah, I bet you.
He's doing it. And then I just copy my code.
Gotta get back in it.
Yes.
Sir.
That's like, so when they have me pretty much compile the record, right? Granted this thing will pass you. Oh, you and also, this was actually
Yeah, you saw. I've tried all of them. It's like on.
I think it's literally
How does this work? This is too complicated. Oh, where's the URL? Okay, you just need to say the ultimate. So you're all good.
no way.
Okay, so this is Visual Studio. What we want is actually Visual Studio. This is a full-fledged like IDE. Your set of code is like a text editor, but it's so they're very different things. So if you want to install Visual Studio Code, you can probably do this fine online. But they're different things. Alright. Got it. Do you need help?
No way, I actually kind of feel that, I think. Okay.
Alright. Okay, so let's go to your so you have it running. So the problem I see. Okay, so this actually has to come first. So we're just gonna move that over here. And let's try okay, so now you see, we see this and you just run it, right? Let's go back to this. There you go.
Thank you so much.
What? So, I'm coming.
In your terminal, type in
How many people are at the Hello World stage, by the way? Thumbs up? Alright, so we're running a little bit late on time, so I'm going to move a little bit faster. For those of you who haven't caught up yet, I'm going to paste a link into onto the shared Google Doc of all the code I've written thus far. This way, if you fall behind, you can just paste this code into Visual Studio and it should just run. So now we got the web server to display something, to display a string. Now that we can go a little bit more in depth into what is a web server. A web server serves content. So what we have created now is a static web server in that it always serves the string hello world to whoever's visiting. So this is not very interesting because whatever goes to that site will always see the string hello world regardless of what time it goes there, how it goes there, who goes there? So this is not very interesting. We want to build web apps that are like Facebook or Reddit, where we would want the different people seeing different things at different times, right? Facebook gives you a view into your friend's life by keeping some sort of internal state. An internal state, what we call internal state, is something that everyone can make an edit to that everyone else can see. So, for example, when you make a post to Facebook, you make an edit to Facebook database of all the posts that all your friends can then see. So this is a fundamental concept behind a web server. We're not going to write Facebook today because we're running short on time. But what we are going to write is a cheap attempt at emulating Facebook by keeping internal state as an integer called x. I'm going to go a little bit fast, so please just follow along. This code will be posted later. We're going to define two more routes. A show route, where we just return the value of x. And an increment route. I'm shortening increment to incr. So all the things I've added is that I declared this new variable x, which initializes to 0, and then I defined the stro route, which tells you what x is. This stir typecasts the integer x into a string. If that sentence doesn't make sense to you, don't worry about it. And for the incr route, we're going to increment x by 1. So we fetch the global variable x, and then we add 1 to it, and tell the user that x has been incremented. This emulates the change and display of the internal state, where the show route will display the internal state to anyone who wants to see what x is, and the increment route representing someone proposing a change to what x is. Now that we have all of these, let me post this code on the Google Doc.
Who doesn't know what just happened? Raise your hand. It's okay. Okay. So, does everybody understand what a route actually is? Sort of, yeah. A route is kind of like a function with an attached URL. So if you go to this URL, it will run that function. Does everybody know why we use global? Yeah.
So the reason I use global is so that it affects the context of every other function. Whenever everyone else sees it, it's the global x, it's not the local x.
It affects the program globally.
Yes. Anyway, if we run this, it will say address already in use. Oh, because I have it running in another shell. And now we can see that if we go to this localhost 8000 address, we'll still say hello world as usual. But now if we go to show, we'll see command not found. Oh, because I needed to type an extra slash on top. We see that x is 0. This is displaying the internal state of x. If we go to incr, we see that x is being incremented, and then we go back to show, we see that x is now 1. We can this displays how we can display the internal state and propose a change to the internal state via show and incr. But this is work. We are only providing a user one way of interacting with the state. This is like you can ever
Wait, is everyone caught up? Yeah.
I think you should update that.
The post has been added to the Google Doc. The newest link added to the Google Doc has both show and incr.
So if you're behind, you can go to the Google Doc, find the code on there.
Right. I'm going a little bit fast because there's another workshop starting in 15 minutes. Okay. So this is boring. This is like saying you can only add the letter A to your post every single time you try to make a post, right? We're only giving the user one predefined way of doing things. So instead, what we want, as you said, a route is a function. We want to be able to pass an argument into said function. So what we have, Flask has this nifty syntax that can encode function argument inside a URL. So if we want to, instead of incrementing x by 1, incrementing it by an arbitrary number, we can define this increby function, and we'll use this syntax here. It's int colon n. What this means is this is Flask syntax for saying that the last part of this URL will be an integer n that is an argument to your function. So we can have def incur by n. We can implement this as x plus equals n. So this is the same n as what I type into the URL. And then return x has been incremented by serve. And then we can save again. Every time we save, you might have to restart the server. I'm not sure. But after we do this, let me paste the code in for increby. So this increby function, right? We are now able to pass in arguments through the URL. So let's go back to our localhost. So we go back to show. Because I restarted the server, x is 0 again. If we incur, and then we go back to show, we see that x is now 1. But now, using our new function, we can do incur underscore by 10. And we can see that x has been incremented by 10. And then we go back to show again, we see that x is now 12. Effectively demonstrating the ability to pass in arguments through the URL. This is still, these are all very simple code, but this is very expandable. In this example, we use a very simple state variable. In this example, we use the integer as a state. There are only so many ways you can manipulate an integer. But using similar methods, we can easily expand the integer into some more complicated data structures, such as a list, a dictionary, or some other state that you can keep by repeatedly modifying it and displaying it. These are the basics of a web server. I have everything up to this point in the latest link. In the next 15 minutes or so, it will be our goal to have everyone get this ready. And if you already have this ready, I'm going to show you something cool, which is there's some secret sauce going on. Basically, using most of the things that we learned here. Oh, my laptop. No. I'm going to leave this up in a minute. I'm going to bring back the code in a minute. But just showing what we can do with most of the things we've written, along similar lines of what I said, that we can use more complicated states for more complicated functions, you can write this in approximately 30-ish lines of Python, where you can have a very simple comment system that everyone can see. So you can make a comment, and then someone else can respond to the comment, and everyone can see the list of comments. These is just made with the back end of what we wrote today. So if you already have everything done today, the next 15 minutes, you can give a crack at that. So the rest will just go around and help people. Our goal for this workshop today is for everyone to walk away at least with a basic increment by functionality.
So one thing important to say is like if you don't get it all in this talk, it's perfectly fine. You can reach out to any of us later, and we'll post our like names or whatever in this slide.
And remember, you can always go to the Ask for Help panel to contact all of our mentors. We have about 15 of them, and they're all waiting for things to do. But yes, any help?
Okay.
What's the big difference between
I like coffee.
Flask is easy. Sorry, Flask has less stuff. So Django lays out everything for you. Have you used Laravel before? Have you used Django before? Oh, okay. So now I'm going to give a fair introduction to it. So you saw how like Flask is very bare bones, where you define a route, define a function that handles that route, and that's it. And you just literally return whatever is going to be printed out. Django has this whole architecture of like databases, caching. Basically, everything. Django is big. Django is big. Flask is very small. Flask is what's referred to as a micro framework, whereas Django is like a full framework.
Oh, and then
Flask.
you say something.
So how I should say is, if you want to create a website,
You actually say
with only a few pages, don't ever use fucking Django.
Yeah, really, it's not worth the effort.
Use fucking Flask, get this shit done, and like use the Jinja.
Jinja, JNJ2, yeah.
Fucking template to like get your shit done on your fucking website. Don't ever use Flask.
needs to be straight.
That shit is a bitch.
You mean Django?
No. Oh, Django.
You said Flask, yeah. Flask is very easy to
I fucking
configure.
love Flask.
You just like Python Flask and it works.
And then you have to.
Yeah, exactly.
So what fucking string does?
I'm trying to teach Flask in
The
1 hour.
lengths and the number.
I'm trying to teach Flask in 1
Yeah,
hour.
type SR.
Really, all I did was follow the documentation.
For X.
Anyway,
Okay, now save it.
Does anyone else have questions?
Can I ask for syntax questions?
Is that cry for help? Okay, I'll come back to questions later. Sorry.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, running increments are super easy. So like, I hit backspace. You see that? You just hit it. So anytime, so now.
Wait, the hook is like, it tells you everything.
So now when I go back to show, it'll be like, it'll be huge increments. Yeah, see, I need
Brain good. Brain good. Eating good tonight.
It's gonna be cool though.
It doesn't matter.
Full pasta. Okay, so if I go to debug mode, false. Why not? Let's take the change. That's fine. No problem. Okay. You gotta increase. Now why did it have 2? Increment to 1.
First off,
It's set equal to 0. And increment by 1. Honestly, this is. So like, this is Safari being a bitch. See that? So I do this. Boom. I do shit. I hit enter. Say what?
that's right.
I'm not hitting enter.
Restart your favorites.
Yeah, I'll add it to the
Did you already save it?
Yeah, I just hit save.
How do you do interface by function? Right? CR. Am I doing how come this is the word? Increment, I, and then in. They had to work with the circle. But I try to use the increment. The increment just their name
Alright, I love that guys.
like increment. Increment.
Like, yes, I'll be like environment. Environment.
I'm not even
Wait, no, I have to go set up the number.
How to call it? Yeah.
So much. Like, I can't work and I'm just like, you know, I'm like,
That's what I'm saying.
it's like, okay, it just takes so long to understand.
I'm not even thinking.
I just copied his GitHub. It's his GitHub, but he pasted it after.
Yeah, well, it's like, I can't do it on my own. I can't do it. Why? Because, like, I don't know. It's like, I can't. It's like, it's too complicated. I feel like no, because I don't know. If that was hard to do. This was like,
It says I just started. How do I give it a
I don't know. It's like I really want to learn big stuff. Like, for this week and a half is on, and I actually have like a goal for hack. And I'm not here. I don't even know if I'm just a workshop. What language should we learn? I feel like
Control Z means it goes backwards.
I like
Dude, this swimmer is gonna kill me. Disgusting.
yeah. Okay, now I'm like, you don't have to stop saying
Okay, no, I'm gonna do the same thing. Hey, fix it. Hey, fix it. I don't know what to do. Help me out. No, for real.
I already fixed it.
No, it's not working anymore. It is broken.
Press the up key. Press the up key and fix it. No, just look at it when he types it.
I am.